What's up, guys? Today I am going to do my first ever toy review. Never done this before. I've been out of collecting figures for the past 7 years. Interesting story. Well, 7 years ago. I was really heavy into collecting Power Rangers and Transformers toys. Something happened, got out of it. If you're interested in the story of that, leave me a comment. If enough people are interested, I'll do a vlog on what happened and why I stopped collecting. But hopefully, this is going to jumpstart me back into collecting these awesome figures. And I'm going to do this on the Power Rangers Super Megaforce Legendary Megazord. This is the most recent figure that I've gotten in my collection. Let's see here. What can I talk about first? Well, I'm not going to talk about the box. A lot of people talk about the box. I'm not. The only thing I want to point out is this says Zord Builder Combined. I'm only drawing reference to this because I think it's a cool concept, and I will get into that towards the end of the video. But, well, let's just get into the individual Zords here, and let's get this opened up. Okay, so Super Megaforce is the current Power Rangers line here in the US. It is based off of the Japanese counterpart Kazoku Sentai Gokaiger. Basically, I don't know much about the Japanese show. I've never seen any Super Sentai shows, so I'm only going to be referencing the US version of it. What I do understand, just watching a couple of the episodes, at the end of Megaforce, the Armada comes in, and it's a little bit too overwhelming for the current Megaforce Rangers. So Gosei gives the Rangers these legendary, I believe it's the legendary morphers, which they use their legendary keys for, and it turns them into Super Mega Mode. And they can tap into the powers of the older Rangers through the legendary keys. Something like this. This came with this one. This is a translucent red Ranger. So, what we are going to, at least what we did see in the second episode, I believe it was, you'll see a lot of, or you actually won't see a lot of, they make reference to one time a Sentai line that we have not had here in the USA. I don't remember what line it was. Towards the beginning of the second episode, Gosei says, with your new legendary powers, you can tap into Rangers from other planets that you've never encountered, and then they 4 Rangers turn into whatever Sentai line that was. I don't know. If you know, post it in the comments. So basically, we've got a key here. I'm not going to get into the app. There's a phone app that you could scan these keys. I'm not big on accessories like this. My main thing when it comes to Power Rangers is I like just the mechas, the Megazords. I don't really deal with the action figures. But if that is something that you are interested in, because I'm not doing the reviews for myself, I'm doing it for viewers. If action figures and these little accessories are things that you're interested in, let me know. I'm actually might start reviewing them. But the gimmick is you lift up the arm, flip it, it becomes a key. The phone app scans this little barcode here, and there's a little mini game. They stick this into their morphers, turn it, and they become Super Mega Mode. I'll put the key off to the side, just we'll take a look at this a little later. We'll go into now the Zords. I do want to say that with the exception of the Mega Skyship Zord, I believe this is, the rest of the Zords are boring on their own. I really like this one. The other ones, on their own, not so much. They're not that great. But then again, it's kind of the way it is with most Power Rangers and Sentai lines. It's better when it's all combined. Individually, yeah, they're not that great. So on the show, when we first see the Zords, Gosei calls on the Skyship Zord, and then the Skyship Zord, I believe, opens up. The Mega Wheeler comes out of it. Then the Mega Sub comes out of that, and then the Mega Racer comes from that, and the Mega Skyship comes, or the Mega Jet comes out of that. So, Red Ranger's main Zord contains all the other Zords, and when they come out, I mean, they're about the same size as the Skyship. So, you know, it works on the show, I guess, but it just seems ridiculous that the big Zords just come out of these little Zords. They're not hidden in a cave, or, you know, they don't come out of emblems or however they've done it in the past. This one houses all of them. I don't know how, but hey, it's a TV show. You know, that's the way it works. So we will do this one last because this is my favorite, and we'll do them in the reverse order of the way they come out of the Skyship. So we'll put this to the side, and we'll talk about the Jet. It's a big, fat jet. Nothing else. This is cast all in blue. It loses out all of its paint apps, and what really sucks about these figures is that they've got nice detail on them. There's the Megaforce symbol. It's on one of the wings, but it's just lost in the fact that it's just cast in one color. There's no paint apps. If you are if you're crafty, you can darken these to make the detail come out. I don't personally want to do that. It's time consuming, and it's just not something I'm interested in. It loses all the detailing and the paint and the paint scheme and the cast color. Very little paint apps. You get this little silver for the cockpit and this little silver around the trim. Then you've got, what annoys me is you've got this hand on the bottom in the ship mode. I can't complain. It's in the Japanese version as well. And considering that you don't really see the individual Zords for much long, you know, with most Power Rangers line, the first time you see the Zords, they're all individual. Then they all merge, and then the next time you see the Zords in the following episodes, they just speed it up, and it's right in the Megazord mode. So I guess I can't complain about that if it's in the show. There's a little bit of a black paint apps to distinguish the fists from the rest of the figure, and then there's this little black paint where I'm assuming this is a cannon. They never touch on that on the American version on the Power Rangers. I'm not sure if that's in Gokaiger, if they ever used the cannon, but it's there. It's on the Megazord form from what I've seen on the show. The top of the jet is the pirate's helmet for the legendary Megazord. And because it's the American line, we don't get the opening of the little cavity where you would insert the separate auxiliary Zords. We get Zord Builder Port, and a Zord Builder Port. But you know what? I'm not going to lie. I do like the Zord Builder Ports. Like I said, I'm going to get to that towards the end of the video. It's really cool. Other than that, it's just boring. Nothing else I could say. Transformation for the Megazord form is as follows. Remove the helmet, which I will talk about a little bit later. Bring down these flaps. That's it. It's now the arm. Okay, we'll put that to the side, and we'll bring in the Mega Racer. Again, boring. And it's just, again, it's not too detailed, but again, lost in the fact that there's no paint apps. The wheels aren't painted silver as it appears in the show. These are just left in the black cast. Got the little gold here for the connectors, gold in the front. This fist that annoys me because it sticks out of the Zord mode. Again, silver paint for the cockpit and this trim. Other than that, no other paint apps. It does have the Megaforce symbol on there. Lost in the paint scheme, unfortunately. Zord connector port. And that's all I can say. Oh, yeah, Zord Builder port, Zord Builder port. Zord Builder port, Zord Builder port, and Zord Builder port. All the arms have 3, the legs have 2. Again, that's all I can say about this. At least the wheels roll. We get that. Transformation for the arm. Pull the fist out, and then you take the wheels and move them 180 degrees, and you have an arm. Yay. Put that to the side. I believe the next one that came out of reverse order is the Mega Sub. What do submarines have to do with pirates? I don't know. This is the Pink Ranger Zord. Again, Zord Builder port, Zord Builder port. This is supposed to be the tower for the submarine, but we don't get that. Nice anchor here on the painted in gold. This is basically cast all in white. Sorry, I keep putting it out of camera. This is basically cast all in white. Detail does get lost, and plus this is white, so really, really lost. It's got the Megaforce symbol there and there. And there, in the pink, you get this little pink stripe to let you know it's the Pink Ranger Zord. Black on the sides, gold trim there, black with gold trim for the anchor. Little Zord Builder port in the back. The wheels suck. And that's it. And that's it for this one. It's nothing else I could say. Transformation for the leg is just pull the front up and then like that. And there we have a leg. And you can kind of tell which leg it is already because this is going to be on the outside. This will form the Megazord's right leg. And my phone's going off. Next, we'll bring in the Mega Wheeler. Again, just boring, just solid yellow with black stripes. Again, the detailing of the Megaforce symbol is lost because it's not painted. I believe this is supposed to be a treasure chest type of thing. We don't get the trailer to turn. It's completely straight. What I do hate particularly about this figure is these wheels are all painted on. I believe, and again, don't have the Japanese version, but I believe these wheels all roll on the Japanese one. We simply just get these 2 little black wheels that are like on the jet and the sub. Black stripes again with the little gold trim for the leg and a little gold on the sides here. Other than and black on the top. I believe it's a different color in the Japanese version, but yeah, it just this one again. It's just boring and simplest transformation. Just that's it. Again, because the port's on the outside, this will be the Megazord's left leg. Plus, if you see on the bottom, it's angled, so when you set it, it sets at the angle that you need to put it into the Zord. But let's get to my favorite one out of the set. The Skyship. This one is awesome, in my opinion. I don't care that, you know, it loses the paint on this one as well. All cast in red. The details, again, are lost. These are supposed to be cannon ports. That's supposed to be a cannon, and cannons, they actually fire on the show from what I've seen. This is all supposed to be gold, but then the front's supposed to be silver. We don't get the silver paint. We just get this PVC gold color or whatever. I believe this is PVC. It's supposed to be boosters. Obviously, we get the exact same detailing or lack of detailing because of the bad paint on this figure. Wings. Underneath, you will notice it's got the little time dial. 3 masses, or not masses, sails. I guess they're masses, I'm not sure. Silver up at the top, and you could see the mouth of the Megazord. But I don't care. This is awesome. I love this one. This one's the coolest out of all of them. But then again, I am a big fan of pirate ships. So there's that. Oh, we actually get a little bit of paint in this Megaforce symbol. But, I mean, that's because it's supposed to be seen in the Megazord form. The ports are, again, Zord Builder ports. You could attach anything that's Zord Builder to this. Transformation is as follows. You will collapse down the wings. Oh, I'm not sure if this is on all of them, but on mine's, I guess they got a little too happy with the silver paint. Fold this one up. Rotate this down. Bring down and then bring this up. And what seems to be common with all of the American figures, this when it came in the box, it laid like crooked. Took a little work to get it to stay up straight, but I got it now to be completely straight and flush. Now you're going to take the top, and that will happen. But open it up, revealing the Megazord's head. And before I put it into or put them all together, I do want to just show you that head sculpt. Kind of interesting. Again, I don't even think the camera's picking that up, but there is a Megaforce symbol on the head, the Super Megaforce symbol. The black on the side is textured to look like hair. It's got the little gold trim, I guess, to separate the hair from the face. The face isn't all that bad, and he's got, I don't know, turquoise eyes. Little odd. I don't think they're green, but a little odd in my opinion for a Megazord eyes, but hey, who cares? He does have 2 extra Zord Builder ports. Connectors up here, one on each side. And a little connector for the helmet, which I will talk about now. Not really much to say other than, you know, it's all black. It's open in the back, but from what I've seen in the show, that is accurate to the show. These were the wings, so you can fold these up. Sorry. Little red here, silver on the side, gold trim. Yeah, not much to say about that. So we'll go ahead and we'll bring in all of the other pieces and put them in the Megazord form. Yellow is the left leg. And these connections, honestly, I will say, having the Samurai, US Samurai Megazord, these connections are a lot tighter. Bring in the Pink Ranger, connector here. He can stand on his own now. The Blue Ranger makes the right arm. And this one will make the left arm. Bring in the helmet. It's got a little tab that will go in to hold it in place. And there we have the legendary Megazord. I honestly think that's cool. The Megazord mode is definitely more interesting than the Zords all individually. The front, which made the front of the swords, which made the front of the Skyship Zord, simply just pull them apart. One of them has, I guess you call this a guard, and the other one is just plain. And the reason they're like that, I'll show you in a second here. Now, these can be stored on the side. There's these 2 little black tabs which hold the swords. There is, I'm not sure if the camera's going to pick this up. Oh, it does. A little tab where it would fit into the groove here. So this one, despite the fact being held in the right hand, fits perfectly in the left slot. And this one would go right there. if you wanted to store his swords. I personally, when I display him, the swords are in his hand. And they have to go into a specific hand, because one of them is the normal fist that you get with most Megazords with the little hole in it, and the other one is open on the side, because this obviously, it's not going to go in this hand. And you can't put it down in this hand unless you put it in here on the side. Every time I do that, I'll show you when I pull this thing off of his hand, I feel like it's going to break. Because it's a kind of a tight fit, and this plastic, especially down in the area where the Zord holds it, it's easily bendable, and it feels just like I'm gonna break it or something when I pull it out. This one will go into this hand, and I don't have an issue with that one. It's just this one that I have an issue with. He holds it very tight here, and when you try to like bring it out, it starts bending. Oh, sorry. Again, first time, so I'm trying to mind my camera angles. It just starts bending and bending and bending, and it's like at a 90-degree angle, and it's just like I don't want to pull it any further, as I feel like I'm going to break the sword. What helps normally is to turn it sideways and then start pulling at it. It seems to come out easier. But, yeah. Like I said, I don't want to break it. And here he is holding his swords. Now, we're going to bring the Ranger key back in. Because unlike with the Japanese one, it has a dial that you turn in the back. Rotating it opens up each slot. Obviously, these don't open. That's why we have the Zord Builder ports. Insert Red Ranger key, or I believe any key will work. And when you rotate it, the chest opens. And we do not get the cannon. That bothers me. I don't care that these don't open. I'm fine with that. But I want the cannon. It's its final attack. We don't get the cannon. That cavity is only used for connecting the auxiliary swords and storing the key. Take the legs down. There's these, in the back, there's those two little pegs you would stand the Ranger key on and put it in. And the key opened up on me. You put it in here like that. And then close it. Oh, and this comes out if you don't want to have it for the auxiliary swords. I don't have any of the auxiliary swords for this right now, so it's pointless, and it easily connects back in. But I'm annoyed. We don't get the cannon. We don't get the final attack with this. The Japanese one has it, but again, Japanese toys are a lot better than our American ones. Let's talk about the posability, the articulation. Common with any Megazord. Just the arms, up and down on a ratchet. That's it. The legs do kind of go in, like, you can put them in this kind of like, I've got a pee stance. Stand them up, he's like, oh, I've got a pee. That's about it. The legs don't bend. But if you've ever owned any Megazord, American or Japanese, that's all you're going to get. No head movement, just arm movement. For playability as a kid, I guess that's okay. For me, as a collector, I don't care. I'm not going to pose him in any super pose anyways. He's going to fit on my shelf next to everything else, and I'm going to want him to be as tight as possible to fit other ones next to him. So I'm not going to want to put him sideways, holding the sword in some weird stance, and I lose room wherever I'm going to display him. So I don't really care about that. But if you're a type of person who likes the poses, I believe there are... I believe it's Chojoken. I don't have any of them. I believe that's the name, where they do action figure versions of them. These Megazords, they don't transform. They're just they have more articulation in them. They stay in Zord form. I don't own any of them. I haven't really seen any of them, but if that's what you want for posability on a Megazord, go with that. I believe there's action figure versions of these. Not probably as posable as the Chojokin ones, but, you know. He's an awesome figure, though. Do I recommend him? I highly recommend him. His Zord form, the individual Zords, yes, they're boring, but when you bring them all together, he's really cool. He's awesome. Just the fact, though, that you need the cannon. I don't really... You have to have the cannon for the final attack. It has to be part of it. I really like my figures to be show perfect. That's why if you have the money, go for the Japanese one as well. But for the American one, get him. He's definitely worth it. I believe retail now, since the line is still current as of this video, he's only going to go between $30 and $50 in the stores. And I think probably less now. They're probably going to put a sale on him because I'm assuming we're going to get the Q Driller, I believe they called it in the last episode, the Silver Linings. The Q Driller Zord for the Silver Ranger, and I know we're getting the... I don't know what we're calling it in here in the USA, but it's Mach Alkin in Japan. So those two deluxe Zords will be coming out, probably lowering the price on this one. So if you see them on sale, definitely pick them up. If you don't see him on sale and he's at the regular price, I would still pick it up. It's awesome. Now, like I said, we've got these Zord Builder ports. I personally dig them. The only other figure that I have that goes with the Zord Builder set is... Oh man, my camera's not picking it up, but let's see if I can fix that. It's obviously the American version of the Samurai. This is the Gigazord here. You can buy him in the set. Luckily, I found him for about 130 bucks. All of them. No, it's not the Toys R Us exclusive one, but it came with all of them anyways. What you can do, let's say here, I'll just take this arm off, and we could put it there, and now he's got one huge gigantic arm and his regular arm. In essence, you can do that with the legs as well. And I sat here and I asked myself, he's got all these ports. Yeah, you know, he's got one there, he's got one here. Again, 2 on the leg, 3 on the arm, each arm. Changing, you know, you could change out a leg, you could change out an arm, but with all these ports, how many of these pieces can I put on him and make him look cool? You would be surprised on how many of those I actually got attached to him. Let's see. This may be an edit, may not be an edit. We'll see. Let's don't want to move that too much. So let's start by taking off his legs. We want to keep his regular arms on, but we want to angle them like this. Leave these up and put him to the side. I am going to remove the sword from this. Take this off. Angle that. No, sorry, take that off and put that on. Just like that. Do the same thing with this one. Take this one off. Put that there. Take these off. Remove this. Take these off. The arms. Remove the chest plate. We actually will not be using that piece. Take that off. Take the cannon off. Take the cannon off. Or the bull blaster, whatever you want to call it. Separate him from the Bullzord. I just dropped that on the floor. So, adjust the camera here. We don't need the Bullzord. We'll get rid of the Bullzord. Take that off. Take these off. Close this up. Leave that like that. Remove this. I won't be using this. But I believe I'll be using everything else. So take that off. On the legs. Remove everything. I'm leaving a big mess here, but trust me, it'll be worth it in the end. Okay, so the right leg. Bring in the Clawzord's leg. Open it up like this. This is going to seem stupid, but again, I was just trying to see how many pieces I could stick on here. We're going to take the Megazord, and yeah, like I said, it's going to be stupid, but we're going to clip the Megazord there. And just going to lower that down like that for clearance. The Clawzord's arm. Connect that there. Bring this down here and open it like that. We're done with this. What did I do with the right leg? The left leg. This one. Repeat on the other one. Here. Let's see. Here. Here. Bring this down. Open that up. Put that to the side. Let's see if I could do this with it connected. Otherwise, I might have to take these off. Open up the back. Pull this down. Pull the Zord Builder port down there and on the side. This is going to seem stupid, but for stability, I have to do this. What I'm going to show you is very front heavy, so we need to balance that off in the back. I'm going to take the yellow arm, and the only reason I'm using this one is because the paint is on this side. Connect that back here. Close the port. Connect that there. Take this arm here and plug it in like that. So now he's got two arms on his right side. And then do the opposite here. The Pink Ranger, Samurai Ranger there. Take this arm and place it there. Just so he wasn't already loaded, let's take the claw head, which makes the swords, and we're going to put them into the Bullzord's arms. Where's the other one? I made such a big mess I can't find the other one right now. Oh, there it is. So, there. What else can we do to him? Or let's say, what else did I do to him? Because I've done this already. We are going to take the tiger head, and we're going to put the crest on it. We're going to take the bull cannon, and we're just going to put the head on the back there, like that. That is going to go right up here, if I can get it to stay. Yep, that's going to go there. Let's see, what else? This, the piece that's the chest plate, the bottom of the Octazord, we're going to put that here. Right there. Now, for some strange odd reason, because, like I said, I wanted to see what I can put on here, we're going to take this part, which is the tentacles or claws for the Clawzord, and we're going to plug that right in on top of that. Yeah. Can you guess what we're going to do next? And maybe I should have put these pieces in first, but we're going to bring in the... Oh, it's going to... it fits. No, see? No, it's not. Okay, there. We're going to put that there. We're going to put the samurai battle cannon on top of his other shoulder. He is very unstable now. And once I do get this together, I am not touching it because it will fall. And it will be disastrous. Return this to the top of the swordfish. Careful. Oh, we'll pull this part out, and I'll show you why in a second. Carefully attach this to the top, and this is where things really start to get disastrous. This is what the top half of him is going to look like, and he doesn't even fit in the camera right now. Just wait till I'm done. This is where we really he becomes unstable, because we're going to put the legs back on the Zord, and these connections are loose, so it may fall. And it didn't fall. Okay. Let me back this up and lift this up so you can see how much we can get in full frame. Oh yeah, we're not done yet. We still have this guy here. Going to bring this up, close that down. And we're going to attach these claws here and here. And we're going to carefully place him here. Fold these up so he stays in place. And last but not least, the sword. We're just going to plop that right here. I have no idea what I'm going to call this monstrosity, but I was bored, and like I said, he's got a lot of Zord Builder ports. Legendary Megazord bringing in all the past seasons and, you know, trying to bring in the past Megazords. I think that's what they should do. And I'll be honest, I wish I had more Zord Builders collections, because I would make this thing awesome. It's a cluster, sure. Is it ever going to appear like this on the show? No way. I mean, it does look ridiculous. But it, to me, is just the coolest thing. So, I highly recommend him. Just for this. Just for the playability. Look at the playability we get with this guy. Awesome. Hopefully you like this. My first toy review. Let me know what you guys think. And we'll bring you, if this goes good, I'll bring you some more toy reviews. But nothing crazy like this. This is the only time I'm going to do something crazy. Thanks for watching my video, and I will see you next time. Bye.